Okay, we're going. Oh my god, I've turned into a sock! Nah, don't worry. It's just me. But as a sock. Because I don't know why. We're going to talk about, well, I'm going to talk about the idea of collective identity from what multiple different theorists think as a sock. I don't know why I'm a sock, to be honest. But yeah, a guy called Hall, said that adolescence is a time of storm and stress. I don't know what that means, but that's what he said. Erickson said youth is a time of identity crisis, so that's like not really knowing what's happening in your life, which is true. Marcia said commitment to a particular identity. I think we need more context. Stanley Cohen said moral panics. I don't know what about, but that's what he said. We need more context. You didn't turn your phone off before we started. You're also now out of shot.
I'm sorry. I'm sick. It's just too much exercise.
Okay, we're going to reframe quickly.
Fine shot.
Your hand is. Your sock is. Okay, we've reframed. And me is not talking again. Where do we get to? Althusser said interpolation, where the media presents a group in a certain way so much that it becomes a reality. Oh, so this is saying that if you keep getting told you like something, you'll become like that thing. So it's saying like the youth are really disgruntled and antisocial, and now we are disgruntled and antisocial. Fisk said popular culture is made by the people, not produced by the culture industry, meaning media viewing is polysemitic. Every individual reads it differently. So yeah, whatever you see can be interpreted in different ways. So me seeing this sock with my voice is, in my mind, me talking over me and moving a sock, whereas everyone else sees a talking sock. I hope. Hebtage? People resist the mainstream by adopting a costume or style. Youth subculture maintains divisions in society, identifying two stereotypes, youth as fun and youth as trouble. I don't know what that all means. I missed the lesson we did this. I want to point this out. Gauntlet said, unlikely that media has no impact on our sense of identity, it's just as unlikely that the media has a direct and straightforward effect on its audience. Identity is complicated. So he's saying that it's not what everyone else thinks, but it could be. Van Kagel?
I have no idea.
Van Kagel. Young people use the media, they are not controlled by it. So that's saying that we choose to be controlled, really. Although he said we're not controlled, we kind of are. Buckingham said digital generation regards technology as a force of liberation for young people. That suggests that media we can do what we want with, and it's up to us. Poole said identity is prismatic. I have no idea what prismatic means, but that'll pop up on screen now in a thought bubble next to the sock's head. Okay. Ackland said youth films are made by adults. Youth films are made from an adult point of view. This shows that the media shows the youth as what adults see the youth, not what the youth see the youth. It's a weird word. Web 2.0, this is by Dinucci, Web 2.0 has allowed people to create their own online identities. So this is like aliases when playing games, or like Twitter handles, I guess. One of the big ones for that is like 4chan, where it's all anonymous, or Facebook, where you can put in any name, what you choose. Jenkins, forming identity through interaction with others, particularly online. So your identity is who you coerce with rather than who you are. His name is spelled E-W-I-J-K. Rejects the term of youth. It makes young people representations too vague and general. So he's saying we shouldn't have an overall term. It should be different people. Gramsci, the cultural hegemony, creation of a norm that promoted representations that maintained the status quo and discouraged dissent. No idea. Bay said temporary autonomous zones is free spaces where mainstream does not apply. Groups unite by love of different media. So you're with the group because that's who they all like the same thing. And that's this part done. We're going to go on to next bit. Bye. We're going to go on to next bit. Bye. Oh my god, I've turned into a sock who's got political standpoints and views. Okay, so this is the section about hacktivism. And youth culture affected by Web 2.0. So the first question sent in was, what is hacktivism? Hacktivism is what I'm representing now with this Guy Fawkes mask. One of the most famous examples of hacktivism is anonymous, or as we like to go with, is the lolsec or lolsock. That's the only one of the only sock puns I can come up with. But it's making a political standpoint online and hacking people to basically, instead of doing like political protests, it's by like they'll hack a website and just bring it down to make a point. I don't really know. Watch the Netflix documentary on it, because that's all I'm going to tell you about. The next question sent in is, what is Web 2.0? Web 2.0 is the idea that, or the fact that we can now, well, originally the web was used to just contact other governments and, I can see your eyes. Originally the web was used for government and just sort of talking to people of higher power, and then Web 2.0 came, where anyone can use it and anyone can have any identity, which causes massive problems but also lets people be themselves. So quite a controversial topic. The next question sent in is, what are the pros and cons of representations in Web 2.0 for young people? So, the pros. You can do what you want. You can, in real life, it's hard to say, oh, I like this sort of music, because your group might like terrible music. So you sort of go along with it and be like, oh yeah, I really like this music too, even though you don't. Whereas online, you can be like, I can do this on this person, because you've got a different name, like Anonymous or lolsock. And the cons of it is that it can like recluse people, I guess, puts them into one location and they sort of feel like they have to live through that alias to be themselves. The next question. what the theorists from the collective identity part that we just did can relate to this. So, there was a guy called Chris Poole. No, it wasn't. DiNucci said that Web 2.0 would allow people to create their own online identities, which shows through hacktivism, because few people were really penalised and caught for it because they were all under aliases, and still sort of go and live under the aliases, so they're not caught from them, I guess. What else is there that we can use? Jenkins said that you can form identity through interaction with others online. There were loads of examples where people from like Anonymous did meet in like the streets and protest in various different countries. So that's that. And that's that bit done. You're not anonymous anymore, are you? They now know who you are. Okay, that's that section. That's that section done, because Mia's going to break the mask. And we'll see you guys in the next bit. Mia, hurry up, we're recording. Hey! This is a little bit about Selfish Giant, and it's funny because I'm really close to the camera, so it looks like I'm really big. Yeah, so Selfish Giant, you can see your arm, Mia. Giving away the fact that it's not a real sock talking, and that your head's in shot. Okay, The Selfish Giant was done in 2012 by a guy called Bernard. I don't have a first name because it's not on the piece of paper. First bit says, what are the different representations of youth, positive or negative? So now I can try and remember the names of the characters because it was a really boring film. Yeah, why did you write socks?
I didn't write socks.
Yeah, where's the work on Selfish Giant? It's here. I've saved it. Okay.
Is one of them called Alfie?
No, that's Last Resort. It's a completely different film. This is Arbor.
Arbor, that's the
and
one.
I can't remember about the kid who dies first.
It's irrelevant.
It's a really nice guy.
I would have
You're doing a terrible job moving my mouth at the same time as we're talking. So, it does show that they're hard working because they've sort of not gone to school because they want to earn some money. They want to try and be kind to their parents and that by supplying them with money, especially the kid who we can't remember the name of, who I'm going to look up now. Mia, talk about something.
Cheese!
Good chat.
I think it was a thoroughly enjoyable film. I highly recommend. And the sock now has
Swifty.
two voices.
That was it.
Get Swift. We should remember that.
Swifty.
Come on.
It's spelled SW.
Yeah, but Swifty. Swifty.
Swifty. Okay. So yeah, especially Swifty. Okay, especially Swifty, who was really kind to animals and his parents and that. He was like really nice. So he represents the good part of the youth and how we can be thoughtful and supply for people and use our commit to our responsibilities. Negative representations of youth, though, is that we're troublesome, showing like where they get kicked out of school and stuff. They're criminals because they keep stealing stuff. In the opening sequence, they steal a horse, so that's quite a big thing. They also steal a bunch of cable from people who have already stolen the cable. That's kind of ironic, really. Next bit is... we're going to do a quick screener analysis of part of part of this section, we're going to do a screener analysis on a section of The Selfish Giant. So, one sec, and we'll do that. Yeah.
Wait, no, that was her hands. It should have been this.
Oh yeah, go. Shut it down, Mia. Shut it down. Okay, we're back. Talking about The Selfish Giant. It's going to be a terrible version of a screener because we don't have the scene that we want to do because it's a brutal scene and it probably isn't allowed on YouTube. So yeah, final scene, or one of the final ones, when Swifty gets electrocuted.
First you went at me, and then your phone goes off. Hypocrite.
Okay. I don't really know, but it was real sad when Swifty died because throughout the whole film he's like the nice one who's been like roped into all this stuff, and it's just a bit sad because you don't want him to die, but you know he's gonna die because he jumps into a pit of electrics, and that's not a smart move for anyone. And then Arbor doesn't die, even though he probably should have because he's a bit of an arse. And that's our screener. I just keep the camera. Oh no.
Gosh, Tom.
I'm so bad at doing medias.
Bad at doing medias.
We'll say that's where it was. Okay, that's probably better than where it was. What else happened in the final scene?
Am I allowed to be the sock as well?
Yeah, Sock
Okay.
has two voices.
Hi, I'm also the sock.
Good sock.
I'm
taking
trying
over
to
them.
think.
Okay, so it's also kind of ironic because earlier on Swifty had said how they don't want to do the stealing anymore, and they die, or he dies while stealing, because.
And Arbor's a bad influence because Swifty said that he didn't want to do the stuff, but then Arbor made him do the stuff, and Arbor was like, no, don't go down in the hole, but Swifty was like, no, I'm going to go down in the hole, and then he died.
Spoilers, by the way.
Oh yeah, spoiler alert.
What was the big
we
guy's name?
apologise.
Is it Kitten?
Kitten, yeah.
Yeah, Kitten gets arrested at the end as well, because he's basically made a kid kill himself. But
Child labour.
yeah, it's child labour laws, even though it's Devon, I think, so laws don't apply. Yeah, we haven't watched the film in a while, and we can't watch it now because we don't have the film with us, and yeah, the scene can't go on YouTube, I'd imagine. That or no one liked the film, so they didn't put it on. It's more probable, actually. Yeah.
It's the most thrilling scene of the film.
It's literally explosive. It's electrifying.
It's electrifying! It's electrifying! Better shape up, do do do. We're not including that.
Here we are. Let's get included. If I remember, I'm going to chop a little bit of grease into that. It's electrifying!
It's electrifying! I need a man, to my heart it must be true. You better shape up. If I'm gonna prove, you better prove that my faith is justified. I just switch between verses so many times.
Okay, that's probably our screener, and we will add more if we remember. Probably not, to be honest. I don't know, I can't remember the film very much, but yeah, the last scene's sad because Swifty dies but he shouldn't have because he was nice, and Arbor doesn't die because, even though he was a bit of an arse throughout, and he made Swifty do all this stuff, and then it paid off badly.
It gets rid of Arbor's anger issues though.
It does, but I think it's a bad price to pay.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
So yeah, I'm hoping a bunch of pictures have come up throughout this bit of what we're talking about, and not just more of the vlog. But there's a final bit left to do. Mia, where's the piece of paper?
The sock ate it.
Apply critical theory to your chosen sequence. Critical theory was that bit that we did at the beginning, and that is... What's that? Keep doing some dancing until I figure out something that can go. Boom, straight away at the top, Hall. Adolescence is a time of storm and stress. They're both quite stressed people. They both get kicked out of school, or at least Arbor does. And Swifty gets excluded for like 10 days.
But then gets himself expelled when he leaves school with Arbor again.
Yeah. And the storm part is the fact that they keep doing criminal stuff. Boom, we're finished. This will probably be the last time that I am portrayed as a sock. The rest will probably just be normal vlogs.
That's a shame.
It is.
Everyone prefers the sock.
That's true. I prefer the sock to myself, so it's fine. Thanks for watching our terrible documentary about... What are you going to do subject? Collective identity. See you guys in a bit. You're just waving now.
Just waving.
He's broken his jaw.
he's got no more jaw.
Oh dear. Okay, we're gonna finish there.